Mine can't hear my rickety table that I'm sitting on. Hello! My name is Noah. I am one of the 3 people on this YouTube channel. I'm going to try not to look in the viewfinder, but it's really hard. Yeah, I'm one of the 3 people on this channel. You've already met Betty if you've watched our previous video. I'm here drinking some lovely black tea, and I'm going to show you my TBR for February, which is almost halfway through already, but I'll show you what I've read so far this month, which is 1 book, and I'll show you what I'm going to read through the rest of February and through March. So yeah, let's get going. So, in no particular order, I will try to read The Color of Magic by Terry Pratchett, because it's Terry Pratchett, and I've never actually read the Discworld series. I've only ever read Good Omens. And I'm keen to see where Good Omens, where Neil Gaiman stops and Terry Pratchett begins, or vice versa, kind of. I'm really interested. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna see if I can put these up behind me in some kind of manner. You can barely see that. Next is a book that I'm reading for a university course, which is called Noughts and Crosses by Ian Rankin. I'm reading this for a British detective literature course in university, and I am really intrigued. It sounds fun. It has the tropey grey background neon text, which is a guilty pleasure of mine in book covers. So yeah, I'm really excited. I don't know what to say about these books. I don't like knowing things about books before I go into them. So I'm just kind of... I can't tell you the plot because I don't know. The next book, I do know what it's about. The next book I'm gonna read is The Invasion by...
Editing Noah here. Turns out he actually has a guide on his website for how to pronounce his name, and it's Pader O'Gilleen.
Anyhow, this is the 2nd book in a series. I think the series is called The Grey Land is the name of the series. It was right there on the book. The first book is called The Call. I don't have it here because I've lent it to a friend. But this is the 2nd book in the novel. The first book is basically Ireland has been entirely shut off from the rest of the world, and teenagers are basically kidnapped into the Feywild and have to survive for a full 24 hours before they go back. Most don't survive, but we follow a girl called Nessa who is training to be able to survive her call. The 2nd book is called The Invasion. I don't know what happens in The Invasion because I don't want to know until I read it. What I will say is I loved the first book enough that my cat, who's over here, wow, she just gave me the angriest stare. I love the first book enough that I named my cat Nessa. So I have high hopes for this. I think I've chosen too many books for this TBR. The 4th book I am planning to read in February. These are probably gonna have to wait until March because I have some chonkers in for February. One of the books I want to read in February is Americana by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I found this gorgeous copy in the bookstore this summer, and I haven't read it yet. And now it's Black History Month. So now I'm gonna read it, because I don't want it to sit on my shelf forever unread. So what better time than Black History Month? Again, I don't know anything about it. The same, though, can be said for Black Leopard, Red Wolf. This I am also reading for Black History Month, because I bought it a year ago. I haven't gotten around to it yet because I was in a reading slump for most of 2020. So now I'm taking the opportunity of Black History Month to read this book. But I'm using Black History Month as an excuse to scoot this in front of other things on my TBR. So these two books are happening in February. I'm going to be so annoyed editing this and seeing myself look in the viewfinder the whole video. But we're gonna deal with it. Okay, I have 2 books left for this, for me, kind of ambitious TBR, to be honest. And I'm gonna present them together because they're in the same series. Serpent and Dove and Blood and Honey. I have 50 pages left in this. I started reading this basically February 1st because I got this in the mail. And I opened the first page and I didn't remember any of the characters. So I did the logical thing and decided to reread this 500 something page beast. And I'm going to try to wait until after those 2 books to jump into this one. Because I'm so excited. I don't like romance novels. But this is so good. I've already read this once, and I spent the entire reread laughing my ass off. So I'm excited for this one. I'm gonna have to scooch myself over. I'm not putting this up. It's 50 pages left. It's good. Go read it. Can I sit like this? I'm gonna have to cover Blood and Honey a little bit. So yeah, that's my TBR. I will probably post a wrap-up at the end of February, I think. But more than that, I don't really have anything else to say, I think. Go follow us on Instagram. I'll put all of our Instagram handles here somewhere on the screen. Go follow us on Instagram. We're more active there than here. All 3 of us. One day you will get to see Filippa. But for now, I've been Noah. With a large cup of tea. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Let's see how long my cat will stay in the couch after I start filming.